Hey there! Today I thought I'd show y'all my sketchbook from September of 2018, and I completed it around March of 2019. So quick info about the book. I bought this while in Tainan at a really cute mall. I don't know the name or the brand or anything. I mostly just bought it because of how thick it is and because of the cover. I thought it was super cute. Alright, so let's get to it. So again, here's the date of when I started and when I finished, so October 2018 to March 2019. And these are some cute stamps that Peter made for me that I've been putting in all of my notebooks, or my sketchbooks. So when I bought this sketchbook, it was in October, so of course I started off with Inktober. So the first few paintings you'll see, or drawings, excuse me, are all Inktober related. So this one is Poisonous. I feel like we've all been here. The next one is Tranquil. I just imagine me in my current room reading with the sun coming in. This one is Roasted. This is someone telling me I was a bad smoocher, which I guess hurt my feelings. This one is The Spelling Bee. I misspelled the word ingredient. One is my favorite one for Drool. This is a picture of my sister who recently got her wisdom teeth taken out, and I just exaggerated the drool by adding it over here. I recently just bought these stamps, so I was using them all the time, so you're going to see it in the next few drawings quite a bit. And this one I think is pretty clear about how I was feeling that day. This is a really funny quote from the comedian Aaron Gibson, who is one of the comedians on Throwing Shade, a podcast I really like. This one was Star for Inktober. This is me wearing a star sweater that I used to have and I sadly lost. This is Precious. This is my niece outside finding Easter eggs. For Flowing, I decided to depict me on my period in the shower. Again, those little letters I bought recently, and this was a book I had read at the time called The Heart is a Lonely Hunter by Carson McCullers, a woman from the South. It's a really interesting book. Y'all should definitely check it out. Now here I kind of stopped doing Inktober and was just doing my own thing. And this is what I saw at brunch one day. I really did see these two women eating lunch with their dog in a seat, also eating its lunch on a table. And I thought it was really funny, so I had to draw it. Here's a funny little butt using brush pens. A sketch that never came to life. And this is back to Inktober, where the theme was cruel. I've definitely been this naughty kid over here, turning off the PlayStation while her brother's playing. Yikes. In here I just bought some watercolors, so I was just testing it out. Not very proud, just needed to try them out. Here's a self-portrait. Now this one was inspired by an artist I like on Instagram. They are Mogu Takashi, I think is what her name is. Just some dog I saw on the way to work that I thought was really cute. This is my sister again. I love drawing her, she's so cool. Another self-portrait. Here I was just practicing how to paint with one color and seeing if I can still create dimensions and stuff. This was inspired by the artist Majasbach, I think is how you say her name. She's from Sweden. And on her Instagram one day she had a cute mini tutorial of how to draw a snail, so of course I had to try it myself. An Inktober idea that never came to fruition. A really silly quote from Peter. Now this was also for Inktober, and this was for Angles. I actually don't like this one, so I'm just gonna keep going. This one was inspired by at Filthy Ratbag on Instagram. I really like her art and how funny and crude it is, so I wanted to try it out myself. And this is another one inspired by Mobu Takashi. This one was kind of like a found art thing. I just had a lot of stickers and tape on my desk and decided to make a cute little scene. And I like these two friends that are in love. I think I saw this on Pinterest and I just loved the makeup and the different eye shapes, so I just wanted to practice drawing different shapes for eyes and mouths. So the next few are inspired from music videos. So one night I decided to watch music videos and quickly draw one image that really stuck with me. So this is Cher, and that song, Do You Believe in, I think, Life After Love. This is American Football Never Meant. Now these are from a list. I think Pitchfork released something like 10 best videos in 1998. So this one is Juvenile. This is Portia's Head, Pulp, and Stardust. Lauryn Hill, Brandy and Monica, Busta Rhymes, and Uncle. Now this painting took me quite a while. I was inspired obviously by the Bauhaus movement, so I wanted to do a self-portrait in that style. And I'm really proud of it. I'm really happy with how it looks in the end. Now this one's kind of a study of another artist I like on Instagram, who is Anna Leovi, I think is how you say her name. And I just really like the way she draws women and the color choices she uses. And this is my own version without a reference, not as elegant. Alright, so the next few pieces are from something I drew for my blog about my routine from like around September to November of 2018. So this first one is me waking up at 6:45 a.m. Obviously not ready to wake up. Here I am getting ready for my work day. And this is my commute to work. So in Taiwan they have e-bikes that are really affordable and convenient, and I usually ride on the road next to buses and scooters and cars, and it's really stressful, which is why here I'm talking to myself saying, don't hit a bus, don't hit a bus, don't hit a bus, because I really do think that every single morning. Here I am at work, being driven crazy by students. And this is my after work routine. I would take a bus and go to a coffee shop to eat dinner and just kind of relax before I had my Chinese lessons. And this is my teacher and my fellow student. And obviously me feeling very confused. And after that, I would go back home on the MRT, walk up my flights of steps, and try to be in bed by 10:30. This was just an abstract piece that I wanted to go with the comic. And this one is my favorite. This is the beautiful, glorious Saturday that I usually spend with Peter. So a lot of these things are just some inside jokes between the two of us. We love to get sushi on the regular. We really like this song, Movies by Alien Ant Farm. We watch a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race, eat mango ice cream, listen to jazz, play outside, and ride around on a scooter. This one was a lot of fun to make, actually. I really, really love this one. And this is another abstract piece to go with the comic, and I wanted something more calm, just to have something to work with it. Here I just bought colored pencils, so the next few are going to be a lot of colored pencil work. Now this one, I just finished reading Crazy Rich Asians, and I decided to rip up the pages and include them in my sketchbook. So that's what these pages are from. Now here we went to Rainbow Village, which is this really colorful village in Taiwan that has a lot of folk art on the walls of houses. It's super cute and fun. And so this art was definitely inspired by everything that I saw there. Now here's a picture I painted of Peter using watercolors. He was wearing this funny hat that I don't know, it just made me laugh a lot, so I wanted to paint it to remember it. Now here is where I start to get into more collage and just using everything or anything I could find on my desk. So I was eating a lot of these lemon wafers. I don't know why, I think they're really good. And so I decided to save part of the box to remember in the future. And these are just business cards that I chopped up and glued back in here. So a lot of these are just colored pencil and stickers, business cards, paper found on my desk and just kind of glued in here. And this is some kind of scenery. This one I was watching a lot of Interior Design Challenge and thinking about my future home. So this was just an abstract version of what I want the layout of my future home to be. Now this one, this view is taken from my school that I work at around 5 o'clock when the sun was setting, and the clouds were this beautiful like purple pink color and with some highlights of yellow, and the buildings, oh, it was just so gorgeous. So I took a picture and immediately came home and tried to recreate it using colored pencils. And it doesn't look exactly how it looked that day, but I'm pretty happy with how cute it ended up being. This is Peter's room. This is our friend Scott, who's from Canada. And this is a picture of me that was drawn by Peter. And then this is Peter drawn by Scott. And this sticker, or this tape, and this paper came from Rainbow Village, as well as this sticker. It was just so inspiring. I really wanted a page just dedicated to the beautiful colors and patterns and shapes that I saw in it. Now here is Christmas, and I ate a lot of Ferrero Rocher. Rather than throwing away the wrappers because I love them, I decided to make like a little Merry Christmas card using them with colored pencils. Here's just a good old watercolor doodle page, just making faces and shapes and not really thinking about it. But I kind of like how it looks in the end. It's kind of fun and funky. So this one is based off a picture of me, my mom, and my grandma. And I really love this picture, so I just wanted to recreate it and practice using only 3 colors of colored pencils to create dimensions and highlights just for some good practice. And the only person's face I'm really happy with is my mom's. I think I got her portions down pretty, well, better than these two. But I still like it. I think it's a really cute piece. This is a picture of my grandma and Peter. I thought was really cute. And then some stars. And then Peter decided to design an outfit for me, so this is what he thinks I should be wearing. And then here I was really getting into like Pat McGrath makeup and artistry, so I was inspired to draw this one on the left. This is definitely one of hers, and then this was me trying to be creative and thinking about makeup, and I made some kind of weird sea creature. It didn't turn out. And this funny top one, the funny story behind this is one day I woke up in the middle of the night and told Peter I had a vision and asked for a piece of paper, and I drew a very rudimentary sketch of this, and I eventually just made a more of an official version with color. So that's, and then this one we'd watched some television show and Peter decided to sketch one thing that he saw from it. So this is the owner with his dog. And these are all really silly line drawings from New Year's Eve, waiting to watch the fireworks. So it's just everything that I saw that night. So people, friends, drinks. And while in Taiwan, I've been drinking mostly Taiwan beer. It's one of my favorites, so I thought I'd save one of the wrappers for the future. Now this one I think is really cute because these are our pictures that we had taken in Taiwan for our ARC or our Visa cards. And I wanted to save them for the future to always remember these silly little pictures of us. And this is a card that one of my students made for me for Teacher's Day. I thought it was really cute, so I wanted to save it. Now this one was something I just saw on Pinterest and I wanted to recreate. And this is my mom, a picture of her at the beach. This is one of those days I didn't know what to draw, so I just decided to write tea over and over and over again. And this was the tea that I was drinking a lot of at the time. And now here I got some new watercolors. Winsor & Newton watercolors, a travel pack, so I was just kind of experimenting. So the next few aren't great, it's just me trying to figure out what these colors look like and what I can do with them. Now this one was taken on the way to Carrefour, which is a big supermarket down the street from me, and I just wanted to try my hand at perspective and night drawing. Now this is not an original piece. I think this is another thing I saw on Pinterest that I kind of liked, so I wanted to recreate it in my sketchbook. This is a colored pencil drawing of me and Peter in Tamsui in this like little cute art exhibit, and everything was rainbow and bright. Just super cute. So I used a reference photo to draw a really cute cartoon version of us. And then here is my little brother and his friend. I think it was on 4th of July, I don't know. They had these like little fireworks. is a really long quote from Arthur Rimbaud. Now this one I just watched a Skillshare video about like journaling and what you can draw, and I was at Hi Birdie, which is one of my favorite cafes in Taiwan ever, and I just wanted to kind of recreate what my view was from my seat. Now this one I'm particularly proud of. I'd watched a couple of Skillshare videos on how to draw perspective, and so this is actually the outside of the building I currently live in. So this right here is like the entrance to my apartment, and I live on the top floor, which is, you can't see in this picture. But this took a lot of work, and I mean it's still not perfect, but I'm really happy with the progress I've made, and I'm really proud of it. I think it's really cool. The next things are me trying to learn leaf shapes and drawing plants. Now these are from a documentary I watched called Thin Blue Line, and I was just watching and decided to sketch the characters that I saw that I thought were really funny or just cool looking. Now it was about this guy, and this is actually my favorite drawing of all of them. I love his mustache. Now this one is again another thing from Skillshare that I learned about, and it's like, again, drawing your daily life and like everything that happened. So I decided to draw what I did on January 30th. So I woke up that morning and I meditated. Then Pete and I ate an egg sandwich for breakfast. After that, we went to the post office because I couldn't find a package of bathing suits that I ordered months ago. And then we played tennis for the first time in a long time. And then I went to get a mani-pedi, and we ate some of my favorite pizza from Dr. Yummy. And then I think Pete had to go to work, which is why I ended up watching a lot of Kimmy Schmidt by myself in bed. And then afterward, we played pool with some of Peter's coworkers, and I finished the day by reading Becoming by Michelle Obama. Now these were inspired by my recent trip to Australia. So these were taken from a flyer to see part of the Great Barrier Reef, and I cut out a heart and a fish. Now this one is actually a study of a painting by Sonia Delaunay, I think is how you say her name. I was really impressed by the few colors that she used and how she used shadow to kind of create shape, and I love the gold and this like reddish maroon combination, and I just wanted to study and see how she created something so beautiful, so I wanted to basically recreate it. Now this one is kind of funny and gross. So I had gotten my nails done. I got some gel nails with these like cute little squiggly lines in pink and blue on my nails, and I remember going to dinner and one of them fell off, and it felt wrong to like leave my gel nail at the table for them to throw away. So I was like, okay, I'll just take it home and throw it away at my trash. And while waiting for my burger, I just picked off all of my nails, and they all came off kind of perfectly. So rather than throwing them away, I just decided to glue them in my sketchbook and draw my hands instead. And this one's a Valentine's Day related page, and all of these things remind me of Peter and some inside jokes that we have. Now this page is cute. I ripped off like a little bag where a lot of fried food comes in Taiwan because I think it's so cute. I love these little characters and the thank you very much. And the rest of these are just collage things, again, kind of finding things on my desk or notebooks and gluing it in here. And here I was experimenting with different techniques that I saw in some video. So I added salt. Here I just scratched the paper, I think just using my keys. And this part I put a lot of paint on the paper and then blew it around using a straw. You know, just trying out new things. And these are all stamps and pieces of memorabilia from my visit to the Museum of Contemporary Art. And the theme was stories we tell to scare ourselves with. And it was a really interesting exhibit. Actually, I liked it a lot. These are just like the, I think, mailboxes or post office that are just outside where you can just drop in your letters and your mail. And I think they're really cute because they always come together and one's green and one's red. I'm not happy with this finished product, but I want to recreate them and turn them into a stamp or something. And there's a lot of potential here, so I want to definitely revisit this idea. Now this one was based off a dream that I had. Striking dream, because I'd never had that kind before, and so I wanted to redraw what I had seen in my vision. I notice whenever I don't know what to draw, I draw kind of boring landscapes. Now the rest are when I was watching the movie Sense and Sensibility, and so they're just sketches of the characters that I saw, maybe some quotes. It says, "My pocket sonnets are yours." It was very romantic of him. And this one was inspired by these seashells that I picked off from the beach from a recent visit, and I wanted it to be kind of like cute pastels. So that's what's going on this spread. Alright, and this is the last page. This is a sticker I got from a climbing wall, and then one more sketch from Sense and Sensibility. And that's it from this really, really thick notebook. So yeah, thanks again for, you know, taking some time to watch my sketchbook tour with me. Hopefully I'll have more of these in the future.